Yo, what's up? It's me P Shooter. That's what I'm called now. Fucking well actually I was called that a while ago. Fucking no. Mainly out of dumbfoundedness at this so-called person. That has apparently a brain. I I actually don't fucking know. It's kind of hard to tell. But anyways, uh point is, we're gonna watch the video, of course. Shit's so stupid. I not only rebranded this channel that I definitely use, wink, wink, not judge, all that, but I decided to just record like unedited fucking. I should probably full screen. Full screen is for pussies. Probably need to put shit up there, anyways. Um, yeah. So we're gonna react to this. As you can see, the title is already and the username. The way the username's formatted out, and the arguments in the comments. That's also great, and the social colonialism. I'm a victim. I don't associate with this person, by the way. Um, as a black Mexican, whatever the fuck, like American, racist is a retarded concept. Anyways, it's stupid. It's meaningless, but fucking. There's no real way to describe what I'm feeling. Not as like frustration, but as like utter dumbfoundedness at like what the fuck we're gonna be watching, right? So
Saucy Santana's You Gotta Be Real Quiet on the Creek, for me, rings as one of the perfect explanations for gentrification and
for context, for context, for con. Are we fucking serious? Come on. For context. This is whatever the fuck, Saucy Santana. I don't know if he's gay. I don't know, or straight, or like trans, but he dresses like a woman. Question mark? Is he drag? I mean, that's great for him. Honestly, you go, but it's like this is who we're talking about, and the phrase gentrification with an AI overview, um, with social colonization, which is by the way, this is just colonization. This isn't like social colonization. I would already say is a buzzword. Just cultural. If you want to talk about shit like this, and like it not sound like you're a mindless fuckwit like the person here, say cultural appropriation. Don't say you're being colonized. You sound like you're victim carding. And it's like, okay, well, my culture got appropriated, and it's like, okay, well, we'll talk about how that's kind of inevitable later, because I have a bit of a structure, not really one, but still. Um, so already buzzword that just describes colonization, like in general, actually. And it's about this. Saucy. What? Okay. Okay. Uh, right. So, it's about, okay, Quiet on the Creek lyrics. It's about this song, right? And we do like a very, like, you read this shit. I feel like it's 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 um it's just about sex, dude. I mean, I feel like the Quiet on the Creek like metaphor or whatever the fuck, fairly clear if you listen to it. I'm not gonna play it. I I listened to that shit before. I hated it. I'm not listening to that again. Listen to it on your own fucking time, right? So basically, it's about this being appropriated, one would say, and I don't really know if you could call. He liked to trick. He liked to treat. I heard he was a freak. You know, um, appropriated, like being like appropriatable, or this phrase. I've heard. It's a meme. I guess. I haven't heard of it mainly because I'm not like LGBTQ. I guess, but uh, again, I keep that. I'm not gonna say that word here. Coming. I got him at his peak. Oh, like come on. All right. I think just to establish what I'm saying, this is kind of fucking absurd. Social colonialism is exhausting, and it's about a song that is like it's from like an LGBTQ like advocate, which is okay. Well, that's cool. Well, that's great, right? But come on, this is a culture allegedly. Well, I mean it is. It's art, but it's not particularly the shit you would conflate with cultural appropriation. So already, beginning of the video is I'm not even a minute in. 6 minutes of me talking, and it's right. Let's continue.
White colonialism.
Okay, white. There's gonna be a kind of a theme here. It's racial colonialism, not of just like it's a dialectic of ideas of like cultures. You know, shit gets exchanged. It's the internet age. No, we're being colonized. Okay, black people, queer people, mixed people, like whatever the fuck. We're being colonized. Okay, this is colonialism. Again with the buzzword, but specifically by the white people. But by the white people, oh my god, they're evil. And the thumbnail, by the way, I'm not fucking editing this, so you can look at it yourself. It's gonna be the shittiest video you've ever watched. If I would be genuinely surprised if any of you fuckers are entertained by this, but like, let's fucking continue.
In like social settings that I have, because like
Also, this AI overview shit isn't really, you know what I'm saying? Again with the word gentrification, I don't even know. Also, just let the fucking bitch speak, dude.
when you look at the context of everything, it truly is one of the like most heartbreaking things to see. Because these people don't even know the phrase they're using. They're using it incorrectly. They don't know how to use it. And because of the fact that they never bothered to check who made the clip, who bothered to produce it, they just want to profit off of it. Like these people.
This is kind of how the internet works. The whole my culture is not your costume thing. That's a load of horse shit. It's like, okay, you can not like tourists. Like I don't like people. Well, I don't not like people. I don't particularly care for the opinions, of course, when it relates to Fallout, of people who really like Bethesda Fallout, or like who got into it because of the show. But like gentrification, but like used in like an unironic context, gentrification.
We'll see people say, what does people say quiet on the creek? They ask in comment sections, what does it mean? Instead of searching for like, I don't know, quiet on the creek original.
Okay, if the rest of the argument didn't exist, I could say, okay, well, this is very valid. Maybe get into the culture instead of just like being a spectator of it. Looking at it from an outside view. Googling it, but also again, what's wrong with just people fucking googling it? It's like, okay, well, people are saying this, and I think it's cool, and I want to I want to look it up. There's not. I don't see anything inherently colonialist about that. It's like, oh, they say the word I'm saying, and they're not in my fairly narrowly defined group. Oh my god. Shut the fuck up, dude.
so they could understand the full context of what being real quiet on the creek is about.
Okay. Okay. What? I. I guess, dude. Fucking brain explosion, you know what I'm saying?
Instead, they'll get a secondhand explanation, and then they'll start using "you gotta be real quiet on the creek" incorrectly because they never bothered to look at the original source material, which to me is plain textbook colonialization.
Okay, this is the last time I'm gonna talk about the phrasing. This isn't really a matter of, significance, I would say. This is not like, again, like urban AAVE being taken and like just being said by everyone, which in itself is not a bad thing. Like at all. It's kind of the point of our country. Like at least I would say, of course that's a whole debate upon, the ideals that America was founded on, and what should be, etc., etc. Point is, colonialization is the word I've not heard before, but colonization, that's absurd. It's absurd to say.
And gentrification, which I'm pretty sure those are the same phrases,
They are not.
but I digress. The problem with these people is that they refuse to acknowledge that, like, they have the ability to look up, to search, to see the results they're so desperately asking for. You want Saucy Santana's, oh, I gotta be real quiet on the creek. Literally, the full phrase is, I used to go fishing when I was a little girl. You gotta be real quiet on the creek.
Right. This is the intro, and then the entire rest of the song. Right. I feel like you wouldn't really get it from the intro. You get it from, the rest of the fucking song. The refrain, the chorus it's very prominent there.
That is the
I feel like actually with there's kind of context being withheld here. So I mean,
full quote. With the full quote, you have the full explanation.
you kind of don't. Again, you need to actually look into the song, which I kind of supports their point, but also it's Saucy Santana's "Quiet on the Creek." Who fucking cares? Like I only listened to it because this person brought it up, and I thought this person was incredibly retarded. So,
The full reason for why people are making parodies of this meme. But since they never want to look at the source material, they're always going to go out of their way and be like, oh, what does this mean? What does that mean? They did that with That's Just the Way It Is.
what? That's just that thing people say, though. It doesn't really come from somewhere. Are you gonna say that Portuguese slaves like brought it from like, I don't know, like Mali? Well, not Mali, actually. It's not where the slave trade happened. Like the West Africa, and it's like, oh, gee, you know what? That's just the way it is. I don't know. Also, fucking again, I don't get being so guarded of a phrase. Just like in general, actually, of any phrase, really, but especially this one in particular. There's no like historical baggage or whatever. It's a fucking Saucy Santana song. It's not like the N word. I at least get that. I don't really care if someone says it. Still, but it's like what?
And what's even worse is they did it in like less than a week. They didn't let the thing even. They didn't even let it marinate. They took it within less than a week's
They took it. Keep that in mind.
time. It's crazy to me how so many white people are willing
White people again. Pause for a second. Read that. White people again. Trent.
to just colonize something without ever looking at the originator, without ever looking at the context behind something because they want to use it. If you saw the context behind that's just the way it is, I'm pretty sure you'd understand why it would be weird for you as a white person to use that.
Okay, but I have to look this up now. That's just the way it is. Originator. Bruce Hornsby song. Right. I've actually heard of this guy before. Lyrics, probably lyrics. Actually, should go to lyrics. Okay, it's about racism. Well, the problem with this argument is that the phrase "that's just the way it is" doesn't originate from the Bruce Hornsby song. It's just a saying. Okay, it's like, oh, that's the way it is. Oh, that's how the cookie crumbles. It's the same vein as that. It's not weird for, again, white people, specifically white people here, to just say that. They're not. They didn't fucking like popularize like. It's an everyday phrase. You want to use your AI fucking slot thing, it's not really fucking common sense. Everyday English phrase. What, you can't just claim a fucking phrase because a song used it to talk about issues concerning a specific demographic. You're calling white people colonialists. I'd argue you're being colonialist right now. Someone affiliated with our group, by the way, used this phrase in a song about like civil rights and oppression and whatnot, and therefore you've just kind of turned it into like a black thing. Black people didn't invent. We was not Anglo-Saxons and shit. We did not invent the fucking English language. So we're colonizing the fucking. We're 3 minutes in, by the way. 17-minute video as of right now. It's gonna be like an hour, or like actually more like 30 minutes. You know what I mean? Fucking.
Right? It'd be weird for you to just use that song out of nowhere.
But again, it's an everyday English phrase, and it's not really. I've never heard anyone refer to this fucking song before. Actually, I know it exists. I forgot about it. But fucking, if someone says that's just the way it is, they're literally never referring to the song, except if it's like a conversation about like that specific song or that specific genre of music. It's in the context. If someone says, "Oh, that's how the cookie crumbles," you're gonna give them a fucking side eye. I'm gonna be like, "Well, you just say, you fucking cracker." Like, what are you talking about?
Right? And it's even worse because when it comes to black people taking white memes, they always have to make it AI. Like, what?
I don't think I've ever seen this before, but maybe it's because I don't give a shit about the demographics of the people posting the meme. These fucking race fixated people, I never really got them. It's inherently that's racist, I think, to give more than like two shits about the concept of race, but that's an entirely different discussion.
Not only are you taking the phrase, you are now making poor representations of it and you're going to spread it everywhere. And then in like, I don't know, a week or two's time, they're going to be like, oh, Real Choir on the Creek is corny, it's boring, they shouldn't be using it, it's actually really boring, was never funny to begin with.
It's probably not going to be the last time I'm going to make this point, but this seems more like a video complaining about cultural appropriation of like sub-communities in like fucking like internet sub-communities having their slang, their lingo taken by other people and then used, and then it's just discarded. This is what this video really seems like it's about. It's not about social colonialism. The social colonialism, or whatever the fuck. So I'd argue is just normal colonial. The Native Americans were, quote unquote, social colonialized. This isn't colonialization. Fuck it, I said it. God damn it, colonization. There we go. See, I'm intelligent.
It wasn't funny because you never bothered to look at the source material and see why people found it funny. It's not funny because you are not the source material for it. You are not the target audience that this is going to be marketed towards. You are not part of the group that made it. You are not part of the individual's group that made it. Like, you are not part of Saucy Santana's group. Like, we all know with like, you are not part of the groups that he's in. You would never understand it. You are not part of the groups that this video was made for. So, of course, you would never understand it. You would never understand something that you were never meant to be a part of because that's the point.
There's 100 comparisons I can make right here. Um, I'm not gonna do that though, at the risk of sounding as retarded as this guy.
I don't get Mexican humor. Mexicans have their own sense of humor that they are fully allowed to have because I'm not Mexican.
Right. So about here is the point where it kind of becomes a race issue, or more. Okay, we're mentioning the evil white people or whatever the fuck, right? Um, Here especially is the race shit. It gets progressively, from what I remember, dude. I've been up like all day. I watched this in like the afternoon, not the afternoon, like the morning. When was this posted? Oh, this was posted like almost 10 days ago. Shit. Well, whatever the fuck.
I'm not going to forcefully find a way to understand the material because I'm not meant for it. The source material is not someone I am affiliated with or associated with. I am not part of the group that made the source material. I'm not part of the group that produces and consumes the source material. So, therefore, I will never, ever, ever consider myself part of that source material for that pure reason alone. It's not that hard as a concept to just leave people alone, to leave things in their originality. But no, they can't. These people, they can't leave phrases that are meant for black people alone. They can't leave phrases meant for people of color, for literally anybody. They have to use it. And then they'll turn around and say, oh, this is corny, it's never funny, it was never funny. The reason it's no longer funny, my sister, is because you took the thing, remixed its source material so much so that it's not even the source material anymore, and now it's not funny.
Okay, I said I wasn't gonna pull out any like extended, like weird fucking comparisons. However, we're talking about race, and we're talking about leaving things, to be in their originality, right? This could very easily devolve into an argument for segregation. Uh, Again, it's like 2:45 in the morning, right? I've been awake for I woke up at like 8, a fucking while, right? So I got like 3 hours of sleep. So the gears in my head aren't really churning to get the words out, but I have the words, which, okay, poor argument, whatever the fuck on my end, but shitty excuse really, but fucking, we're talking about keeping things in their originality, and this is a very, very heavily racialized video. It's going on about white people as these people. You know what I'm saying? It's like what? And it's kind of discouraging the intermixing of cultures. It's like, okay, well, race mixing is like a thing for like people on the far right for some reason. It's like I don't give a shit. It's fucking the races, it's the Jews, it's the Jews. It's like shut the fuck up, dude. What are you talking about? And I'll just continue.
It's not funny because you took something and misconstrued it in such an awful way that you ended up with an entirely different piece of material. That's why That's why it doesn't feel funny anymore. That's why it's not funny anymore. You took it and you misconstrued it so badly that you missed the mark on making it funny. That's the problem. That's the issue. You're not trying to be empathetic towards the situation. You're just trying to. You're not even trying to be like empathetic. You're just trying to do this to get a rise out of people.
Well, this is a generalization, of course. I don't really need to mention that, but apparently the mechanics of culture, which is like the transferring of ideas. Like I think a guy said here, yeah, this the English language only exists because of like Germanic peoples or like the Nordic peoples and shit like that. Um, so the transferring of ideas, ideologies, and like customs between cultures is apparently just a whole thing of rage baiting. It's a oh guys, look at my funny fucking troll. I'm gonna start saying, I'm gonna start celebrating Kwanzaa, with my with my with my black friends. I'm gonna I'm gonna fucking. It's not even a funny example. It's stupid.
You're doing this so that people can be mad at you. You're doing this so that, oh, but I thought it, but no, but this is for everyone. No, but it's Gen Z slang. No, but it's what this is. No. Y'all are trying to look for reasons to make these things about you.
Again, culture is inherently an exchange of ideas. Again, what I mentioned earlier, a dialectic. It's kind of like a dialectic of ideas. If I were to go into it, get my the Metal Gear reference memes. It's memetics. Like in work, culture is inherently an exchange of ideas between one group and another group, and especially in the modern era, it's about cultural exchanges between various kinds of groups. So language will eventually, no matter how bad you want it to not be like that, um, it's interchangeable. People say shit because they think it sounds funny, or they look into it like even a little bit, and it's like, oh, well, that's a little funny quirk. You say funny thing, the comedy, haha. It's not really because I like taking your fucking shit, like you're kind of making it out to be. It's not about again colonializing, as you would put it. Fucking the colored people, the evil white people, they're colonizing us, as you would tell me for some fucking reason, I guess. Um, no, it's simply because of virality. A culture again, very especially in the internet age is a viral sensation. Like this fucking this guy, by the way. This is like a surprisingly decent. This is really good. I'm not no gay shit. I'm not like homophobic or anything, but I'm not gay, right? But this is no context. I probably think that was like a chick, like a generic rapper chick, right? And it's like, oh, well, it's, uh, it's not. This is a guy. This is this is a male. This guy has a song agreement with Madonna. Good on him.
Ooh, you don't need to include yourself if you were never a part of the group to be in the first place. If you have to cope that hard where you say, oh, but I thought language was for everybody, cultures are meant to be shared.
Which, I mean, they kind of are. Culture, like especially American culture, especially the culture we're talking about right here. It's a mix of all kinds of cultures. We don't really have like an as well. Of course, you're part of the like an LGBTQIA plus subsection of that. It's not like a thing that is meant exclusively for us, right? It's not like fucking. It's not like we invented half of this shit. It's not like we invented. like fucking speaking rhythmically, right? We didn't we invented the genre known as rap, but we didn't fucking invent music. You want to say white people are like they're colonizing music from the Asians and the black people and the Mexicans. Sorry, the Latinxes.
Then you're clearly not the source material.
Again, with the whole segregation, again, this could very easily devolve into an argument for segregation, and you get how that's retarded, right?
I don't know what you want me to say. If you can argue that something that is legitimately not for you is for you by force, then that proves that it wasn't for you. It's like a man arguing abortion rights. You were never the person going to be affected by these things. Men are not actively affected by abortion in the same way they like to think they are. They really aren't. Because who's getting to carry the child? The woman. So who would be the main center and focus of the situation? It would be a woman.
I mean, I partially agree. I'm not here to discuss abortion, but it's all involved parties. Let's say, like, if it's like a single woman, then yeah. But it's like, I feel like if it's like in the event of a marriage, there's some discussion involving the guy, but ultimately it is the woman's body. It's their choice. But this is an abortion argument being used to discourage to like for like cultural purity. Just like it works in niche online circles, but it doesn't fucking work for racial or demographic groups.
The problem with y'all is that y'all don't think like this. Y'all think with the mentality that just because it's there, you should be involved in it. And I feel like that's also something in general that y'all need to stop doing. Like, I'm being so serious. Please stop involving yourself in things that you legitimately do not have a word in.
So colonialism, then I don't see how this colonialism thing is. This isn't colonialism. I don't know why you're a shitty argument, but still.
Okay? White people can't get into the issues of black people because guess what? You're not black.
I mean, without this is gonna sound really weird to say, without white people, the guys in power at the time, the civil rights movement probably wouldn't have been as successful as it is. Like if we had like a Dixiecrat in charge, and he vetoed the Civil Rights Act, and of course you can make the exception, people in power, but inherently the rights, I would argue that the rights of one group within a nation state are, you know what I'm saying?
So you can't involve yourself in the issues of white people because you're not black. I've said that so wrong. You can't get yourself involved in the issues of black people because you are not black. Your skin is pasty white.
And this is colorism. Um, this is just colorism.
Your skin. Your skin color is the same skin color as my cords. White. Can we please stop acting and pretending as if inclusion is this great thing? Sometimes things are only meant to be shared with certain groups.
I mean, I guess. I mean, if this wasn't about race, and if this was solely about Saucy Santana's "Quiet on the Creek," horrible song. I fucking hated this song. Um, yeah, no, I don't want to hear this when I scroll on like Instagram or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying?
It's like gay people have their own thing, lesbians have their own thing, bisexuals have their own thing, black people have their own thing, the Mexicans have their own thing. Everybody collectively has their own thing that they're doing. So it's important for you as a person to also have your own thing going. White people, I'm pretty sure. Wait, I'm actually not sure. I'm pretty sure y'all have your own things that like you're probably interested in.
I'm pretty sure. White people might have their own cultures, their own hobbies. They might. I don't know if they're really people.
I don't know. I'm not a white person, so I don't really check on your sides. But that said, y'all can't be involving yourself in black matters and then getting surprised and confused as to why black people are upset at you.
Actually, a lot of people who showed up at the like a lot of modern civil rights activists where civil rights have been actually there's been reform needed, which is very rare. or like there's been like injustices, which is rather rare. Again, it's a sensationalized thing, really, but fucking a lot of those people have been white because, again, demographics. Majority of the population of the country is white. You can't be self-sufficient as a racial like demographic group or like a group within like 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 if you're an internet subculture, sure, but you know what I'm saying? It's
We're upset at you because you are involving yourselves intentionally. It would be one thing if it was openly queer white people involving themselves in the Saucy Santana.
okay. So it's again, it's about Saucy Santana. It's about being queer, and it's like um some people just like queer culture. They may not be queer, but it's like, oh well, this is nice. This is nice. I'm an ally. But you don't have to be gay or lesbian or whatnot to.
As real fire on the creek. Because then it makes sense. They understand the context. They probably know Saucy Santana. They know who created the clip.
I don't think you need to know who Saucy Santana is in order to get the context.
So therefore, they're not going to have a problem with it. They're not going to be like, oh, you got to be real fire on the creek. Oh, you got to be this, you got to be that. No, they will understand the context. I have nothing more on this issue to say other than can we please leave things to the groups that made them. If you know your group didn't make it and you're not even in, like, intersectionality matters. If you are not at least black or queer, don't get onto trends that are made by black and queer people.
So the modern culture just dissolves then, because the pop culture, like the general culture of the United States, is formed on this culture that we all intersect, we all go into this melting pot. It might not like seem like it because corporations are pandering to these fucking not individuals, identitarian motherfuckers, but that is the case. It's a very diverse group of people, and a bit of a tangent. We highlight race too much to the point where people like fucking this exist. It's like, what?
Because you're most likely going to misconstrue and remix it in such a way that it becomes unbearable for the people who created it to witness. You guys don't like us. Why do you keep trying to imitate us? Leave us alone. That's all I have to say. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, comment on my videos.
Right, so that was horrible. The fuck are you even talking about, man? Um, Thank you for watching. If I really doubt you did, but this was not the best report. I probably should have written a script, but still. You have a good one.